Hey, what's going on, guys? Checking out Texas Black Rifle Co.'s M&P Comp. It's out now. You could get it at Rainier Arms for like 60, 70 bucks. We're gonna run a couple rounds through it and see how it does. Hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry it took so long, but I'm finally going to be able to do a review for the Texas Black Rifle Co. M&P Mini Comp. I know you've probably seen pictures of it if you're following me on Instagram or Facebook, or even the picture on my M&P build video. This is the comp that's on there, but the reason it took a while for me to finally do a review is that I wanted to get all the kinks out to finally get it working. And to be honest, this has been a little bit frustrating of a build for me, just because I was having so many different issues with getting it to finally work right. Now, that's not to say that there's anything wrong with the comp. Maybe it's just a personal problem that I had building this pistol. I have a buddy who has the exact same comp, exact same gun, who did not have to change anything out to make it work properly on his full-size M&P9, and I have a buddy who has a compact M&P9 and his works perfectly fine. So and just to preface this before I even start, you know you don't need a compensator to shoot fast or accurately. Don't get one to use it as a crutch in order to improve. The only ways to get better is through training and a bunch of ammo. Now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. So what we have here, like I said, is Texas Black Rifle Co.'s Smith & Wesson M&P Micro Comp or Mini Comp. This is their iteration. Now, this is not the only comp that's out there for Smith & Wesson, the M&P9 series, and this won't be the last one. But for me, at least, as far as aesthetic goes, this is the most appealing comp for me of all the comps, and also it's the shortest, I want to say. There are a lot of other comps. There's actually one comp that looks really nice that goes well with the frame of the slide of the M&P, but it sticks out till about here. No, that's not, my finger's not in front of the muzzle, but it sticks out pretty farther than the 5-inch M&P9. So one of the reasons I think I was having some issues with a comp was the fact that my gun isn't exactly a stock, and the parts, the frame and the slide aren't exactly of the same generation. So one of my buddies and I traded slides. This is a Gen 2, not the 2.0 series, but the second generation of M&P series that came out about 2, 3, 4 years ago after the first series came out, to address some issues. One of them being the almost absent or non-existent reset. This one was the second series. My buddy has the first gen, and he had the VTAC. So if you saw my last video, you saw that I had the stock slide, and we traded slides so I could get his VTAC and he could get my milled and armored cut slide, because I wanted to move away from RMRs and get back into just a stock slide and iron sights. So combining his slide with my frame started to present some issues. Before I even got it milled, and got the comp, I was already having some failure to extract some stove piping going on. So when I did finally get the comp, that kind of just got exaggerated. One of the first thing I tried to do with the comp was change out the spring. That's something that I really was hesitant to do because it was, you know, springs aren't exactly cheap. But so I went ahead and got a 14-pound spring, I want to say, or a 15-pound spring. 1 pound lighter than stock. I believe it is 15 pounds. And I was still having failure to eject. And I'll roll in some clips of it. I was having some stovepipes. I was having a lot of light primer strikes as well with this comp. So I contacted them and they gave me a few other ideas. Initially, I had this comp sitting really flush to the slide and it looked really good. And that's how my buddy had his. It was flush and he was having no issues. So I decided to back it out once. And also, before backing it out, I also went ahead and cleaned the striker channel and the striker. And it was gunked up beyond recognition. So that probably explained the light primer strikes that I was having, but it was still not explaining the stovepipes and the FTFs and FTEs that I was having. Cleaned that and I backed it out one, and that seemed to have solved most of my issues. And it's been running and shooting perfectly fine. This is actually with the Silent Circo threaded barrel. Reason I went with this, I had a factory M&P9 threaded barrel and it left a really big gap. So that's why I sold that and I got the Silent Circo barrel, and that lets you back it up all the way back up to here if you really wanted to. All right, I'm exaggerating, but this threaded barrel allows you to really make it flush to the comp, flush to the slide. So now that I finally was able to address the issues that I was having, let me get on to the shooting impressions and review of this. It does what it's supposed to do. It keeps your slide running as flat as possible so that you can have faster follow-up shots. So with comps, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that what I've been saying about comps, it's not about reducing the recoil. It's not about that at all. The reduced recoil is a byproduct of how flat the comp excuse me, how flat the comp shoots. The reduced recoil could also be due to too much porting. You don't need so many ports that it reduces recoil and that you need to lighten up the spring so bad because there's not enough gas pushing back the slide. Don't take my word for it. I'm not an expert. This is just from the information that I've researched and gathered and the people that I've talked to in the industry about comps, like with the rolling special especially. So the goal of a compensator is to keep the slide running flat, tracking as flat as possible so that you could have faster follow-up shots. That's the goal. So any reduction in recoil is just a byproduct of that. In this case, actually, it felt a little snappier, but in the videos you could see, I'll try to roll in some slow-mo videos here while I'm talking, that the slide actually is tracking fairly flat. You'll see the barrel and the comp point upwards. Obviously that's due to the just the design of how the firearm operates. Another thing I noticed with this gun, or with the comp, that it prefers 124 grain ammo. The 115 grain worked fine. I was still getting some stovepipes every 20-30 rounds. But with the 124 grain ammo that I shot from Island View, or was it Island View? I can't remember. But the 124 grain ammo that I was able to shoot, it was shooting phenomenally. No malfunctions, no stovepipes, no failure to feeds, no failure to extract, no failures to eject, no light primer strikes. It was doing its job, and it was running fast, it was running smooth, and I couldn't be happier. Unfortunately, I did have to go through some growing pains in order to finally get it to work, but it is where I want it to be now. And I couldn't be happier. And to top it off, it is not a very expensive comp. Rainier Arms has it right now listed. I'll put the price down below because I can't remember exactly how much it is off the top of my head, so I don't want to babble on about it. So I'll put the link down below to Rainier Arms where you could purchase it, and have some fun with it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and let me know. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you aren't subscribing already, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell to get notifications about any new videos that are coming out. Any tips, anything you'd like to see in this channel, go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. And also thanks to everyone that's subscribing so far. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to the videos that I'm posting. I've been posting up a lot more lately in the last few months than in the last couple of years when I started this channel. And I really do appreciate the growth that you guys are helping me with. Despite the demonetization part of YouTube, the fact that I'm able to bring some entertainment and some information to you guys out there, except for the keyboard commanding hating trolls. Actually, you know, I appreciate you guys too, because you give me something to laugh at. I don't like to take things too seriously here. I just want to put out some cool content for you guys. Also, if you guys aren't already following, you probably are though, go and check out Garantham. Leave him a nice little comment, call him daddy. That's what he likes to go by. And yeah, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.